Hey everybody, it's Carly. I just want to say right off the bat, sorry about this terrible lighting right now. It's like midnight in my dorm room, so the sun is not only not up, but there is no light other than like my little crappy lamp here. Also, this is not going to be like a normal video where I like put pictures up typically and like have a whole bunch of crappy, slightly funny, I think they are, effects. I am only using the incredibly high technology of Windows Live Movie Maker at the moment, so it's gonna be basically me talking. If you don't like that, go ahead and find something better to do with your time. So, today I thought I would talk about Super Smash Bros. 4 for the Wii U and the 3DS, which, everybody in their right mind is playing right now instead of, like, taking exams and studying for finals and things like that that make us, you know, productive human beings. The first thing I noticed about these games is the fact that there are so many more ways to play these games than there were in Brawl, and certainly in Melee. I mean, there are challenges and events and special orders, and there's customizable characters for the first time, which of course opens a huge amount of opportunity. There's also Smash Runs for the 3DS and Smash Tours for the Wii U, and I actually was one of the 4 people in the world who actually bought a Wii U, like, when it first came out, so I no longer have to worry about trying to get to the game store and finding a Wii U in order to play this new one, like everybody else, because they were wise enough to not have bought the thing. Another thing that I thought was super interesting was how in the 3DS version they focused on handheld games, and in the Wii U version they focused on console games. I am a little upset that they didn't include the Paper Mario level, the stage, in the Wii U version, because that's by far my favorite stage of any of the Smash Bros. Games ever, because Paper Mario is one of my top 5 favorite games ever, and I thought that that was just awesome, and I was really sad that they didn't include it in, but alas. I also, like any sane person would, purchased the adapter for the GameCube controllers to plug into the Wii U, and you know, it's really telling of Nintendo's, like, decisions in marketing when you realize they had to go back 2 generations to find a controller that they made that people can actually use to play a game. I've always liked the GameCube controller, I think everybody has, but it's still a little odd how Nintendo can't just make a new controller that has 2 analog sticks and, you know, actually fits in a human hand. I also got an Amiibo to try out. I got Peach. You can't really see her because of this, you know, aforementioned terrible lighting. What you do with the Amiibo is basically you take the Wii U gamepad. Do you like the Jigglypuff thing we've got going on here? And you take the bottom of it and you put it on this square here, and it connects to the Wii U. Your Amiibo is able to level up to level 50, which sounds difficult, but we were playing the game for probably like an hour before she reached level 50 and she could not grow any longer, so, you know, $12 well spent. I will say that they are pretty cute, and I know some people, like, were putting on forums and things like, I already bought the, you know, every single Amiibo that they had in the store, and I'm like, what do you do for a living, and are you single? Because I don't have that kind of money anywhere. Oh, show an ankle. I might buy a few more Amiibos just like of my favorite characters, for nothing else just because they're cute and I like little knickknacks that you can set on your shelf, but they're a pretty big money sink if you really wanted to buy every single one of them. Not to mention the fact that they haven't actually released all of them yet. Not even nearly all of them. I would consider that a huge money sink, and I have enough money sinks in my life as it is, like Magic the Gathering cards, for example, or my unnecessarily large plushie collection. Don't laugh, send help. Not to mention my interest in Lolita fashion, which costs so much money, so, you know, I definitely don't need another money sink in my life. And there's my naked boyfriend getting a Coke.
Sup?
Getting a Coke. I like how you took a break from taking a shower to come and get a Coke from the fridge.
I'm so thirsty, okay?
You a thirsty bitch. Well, that was a nice little interlude we had there. Amiibos are cute and they're interesting, and apparently you can play them with more than one game. That, you know, I think it's like Mario Kart 7. You can play with 7. That's for the 3DS, Carly. Nice try, though. Mario Kart 8 is the one that you can play with Amiibos, and they're coming out with some more games for the Wii U that you can play with Amiibos with grammar. Some people might argue that video games themselves are a money sink, but I would definitely disagree with that. I think they're actually the opposite. They are expensive, granted, but I mean, you spend $60 on a video game, you play it whenever you want, you know, as many times as you want, and you get enjoyment out of it every single time. You spend $60 on like a fancy dinner or something like that, you can never have that dinner again, you just have the memories or whatever of that night, but with video games you can play it and enjoy it as many times as you want, so I do not consider them a money sink at all. I definitely want to get, Rob, if they ever create an Amiibo for Rob. I really think they should. I love him. He's so cute. I actually have one up here on my desk. Would you like to see him? There he is. Look at that. Oh, he's a little dusty on the top, but that's okay. My hair is just not cooperating right now. So sorry. Now, if they did make a Rob Amiibo, I would buy it in a heartbeat. I would probably, like, pre-order it and buy 12, because I love Rob so much. He is one of my, oh my god, look at all the dust particles flying around everywhere, around a pork. Those all came off your head, Rob. I don't dust him very often. When I went to put Rob back on the desk, my sunglasses fell off from the top, so that's what's this happening. Am I glamorous? Is this, oh my god, oh, look at that. There's also a lot of new characters for this installment of the Smash Brothers franchise, and a lot of them are pretty interesting. The main one that nobody was happy that they announced was, of course, Wii Fit Trainer. You know who we should make? You know, do you guys remember that game that we made when the Wii first came out for, like, the middle-aged fatter women? We should make that girl a character in Smash Brothers 4. Who said that? Who? The Duck Hunt dog was certainly an icon of the early video game industry, so I'm not so upset about him joining, but they did make him, like, unnecessarily creepy. Like, every face this dog makes is just a little bit Satan-y. Also, why are the duck and the Duck Hunt dog, like, friends now? Why are they working together? It's, you know, it's good to work out your differences with people that you've had disputes with, but when they have literally killed hundreds of your family, I think that is enough of a reason to maybe not reconcile. Maybe it's just me, but I feel like in such a situation, it's still kind of justified to still be pissed at them. Kudos to the duck, I guess, because he's more forgiving than I am, but I wouldn't trust that face. The villager was a good idea in theory, but, I mean, his moves are just awful. I've always been somebody who is super interested in brand new content. As much as I love Pokemon, that's something that Pokemon lacks a lot. Like, every single time they make new Pokemon nowadays, it's typically just like clones of the exact same Pokemon, unless they're car keys. It's the same sort of thing with Smash Brothers. Like, Rosalina might have a completely different moveset than Peach, but she looks so much like Peach that it's not really interesting. It's the same thing with, like, Lucina, except Lucina is literally just Marth with a different sword, so it's a little bit different. Same thing with Dark Pit. I mean, we could have easily had his darker colors be a different reskin for the actual Pit character, and then given his different moveset to a completely new character that they didn't make. The more similar two characters are to each other, the less interesting both of them become. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I know the first thing that I thought of when I heard they were making a Smash Brothers 4 was, oh man, I hope they make more white guys in JRPG robes and armor. Oh man, wouldn't that be awesome? And then they totally did. Robin and Shulk are the same way, but I mean, at least they have technology and magic to differentiate them from, you know, swords. I also really like Little Mac, although he sinks like a stone unless you customize him to have a better recovery. But I really like how they gave him the whole KO factor in order to make him different from just like, you know, a normal fighter. Again, that makes him interesting and different from other characters rather than just the same old thing in a different skin. Other than that, Pac-Man and Mega Man are super cool, and although they're not technically Nintendo licensed, they definitely deserve a spot on the roster just because of the huge impact they've had on the video game industry. And then the Koopa Kids are just kind of there. Although I am a fan of Ludwig's, like, fabulous hair thing going on. This is not what Ludwig looks like, by the way, just in case you were wondering. As for the new stages, I already mentioned the Paper Mario stage in the 3DS version that I absolutely love, and I'm super mad that they didn't put it in the Wii U version. I mean, Paper Mario is more of a console franchise than it is a handheld franchise. The only handheld game that we have in the Paper Mario franchise is Sticker Star, and it was subpar. Pardon my rhyme. Other than that, my favorite stages have to be 75M, which is the original Donkey Kong arcade cabinet, you know, with the barrels coming down on the ladders. I think that's so cool. I love the retro stuff, which is also why I love the Duck Hunt stage with the actual little, like, cartoon dog that comes up and is like, ah, da 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 da. That was not a good impression. And for the 3DS version, there's the Pac Maze, which is also like the old arcade cabinet for Pac-Man, where if you go over it and you collect the little pellets, you get bonuses. The only non-retro stage that really stuck out to me was the Mario Galaxy one for the Wii U version, because it's like this curvy planet that's just like so breathtakingly pretty. Like everywhere there's stars and like little star bits flying everywhere. It's super, super gorgeous. And overall, I really like these games, like both of them. I was expecting to not like the 3DS version as much as I do, and I really think both of them kind of bring something different to the table. So I would definitely, if you're going like, which one should I get? I would say both. If you absolutely have to choose, I would kind of say the 3DS version, honestly, just because I think it has some neater stages in it, and the portability is super nice. You can do the whole street tag thing. Plus, I like Smash Run. Oh my god, earring, let's not. I like the whole Smash Run thing that they have in the 3DS better than the Smash Tour that they have in the Wii U version. That's just me, though. And again, that's only if you absolutely have to choose between one or the other, because although they're the same game technically, they're very different games, and they're both enjoyable and both definitely separately worth your time. So, you know, there's that little opinion for you. That's my 2 cents that no one asked for. Alrighty, I'll see you guys next time. Wave goodbye, Rob. Oh my god, guys, this is from 2002. Why am I wearing this? Can you even believe it?